Good evening, Minister, Linus, Pang Tai, all our winners and guests. First of all, I'd like to thank OCBC and KPMG for being our longtime partners in this annual awards. As this is my first speech here, I'd like to share a little personal connection. I started attending the E50 Awards Gala dinner during the days when I was a journalist, assigned to cover the SMEs. Among the awards that BT organizes, the E50 Awards was my favorite platform to network and develop sources because the companies that made it to this list are always so energetic, often of sizable scale, and come from a wide spectrum of industries. I would be going from table to table, trying to make as many new friends as possible. This year, for the first time, I'm having to work much harder for my dinner. I've got to do my hair, shop for a dress, and prepare a speech. But it's a happy price to pay to be able to see so many people refreshing their links or making new contacts. This is like a major liberation after having endured 2 years of downsized hybrid ceremonies. With Singapore moving to an endemic era, tonight's theme, Ready, Reset, Grow, is especially fitting. We are adjusting to a new world and focusing on new growth. Yip Medical Supplies, for instance, is one winning company that benefited from the pandemic days as demand for masks, gloves, and medical gowns surged to unprecedented levels. But the wholesaler and distributor knew this was abnormal. As demand for COVID-related supplies tapered off, it is now redirecting its attention on medical equipment as well as clinical and infection control supplies. In particular, it is looking at developing innovative home care furniture and equipment in tandem with the aging population here. Another winner worth mentioning is Superworld, a manufacturer of electronic goods components. We've heard about how supply chain disruptions and COVID lockdowns have caused delays in production and shipping. Yet Superworld has managed to grow in spite of such challenges by devising a web of backup factories. But as we all know, the consumer electronics sector is undergoing a slowdown. So Superworld is looking to the automotive and industrial sectors to drive future growth. Here, I'd like to bring up some companies that were winners when I was still a young reporter. Hi-P International started out as a loss-making plastic injection molding company. Over the years, it grew to become an integrated contract manufacturer. It was ranked number 2 in 2001 before it got listed on the Singapore Exchange in 2003. Just before its delisting last year, the group was valued at $1.6 billion. There's also construction firm Chip Eng Seng, massage chair maker Osim, confectionery chain Bengawan Solo, and frozen food supplier Di Jia, known for its popiah skins and spring rolls. When these firms were named E50 winners, they were mostly under 100 million in revenue. Chip Eng Seng later became known as the contractor behind the building of Singapore's tallest public housing, Pinnacle at Duxton. It now reports an annual revenue of over $1 billion. As for Osim, before it was delisted in 2016, it was posting sales of more than $600 million a year. Di Jia and Bengawan Solo remain privately owned, but just go to their websites. You can tell from the product range and market penetration, how far both companies have come in the past 2 decades. These past winners remind us that there is much potential to grow further. Even after winning the E50, many past winners go on to take on new markets and become bigger companies. Some made an impact to the communities around them, and some even brought about significant changes to the industries they are in. We believe that you can be like them too. You were picked to be recognized at this year's E50 because you had convinced the judges that you're doing something right. It is your time. You can be role models and inspiration to others. And we look forward to you become bigger players on the global stage. Congratulations on winning the E50 Awards 2022.
Thank you, Huifen.